Good day, everyone. You're watching Talk on OPC TV Sundos Communication. This is a program whereby we'll be talking about political, democratic, and critical issues that are happening in Nigeria and all over the world. I am Alagbe Kayode and I still have my guest with me today, Mr. Ike. So don't go nowhere. When we come back, we'll be talking more about political matters. We'll be back. Yeah, Mr. Ike, thank you very much for coming on the show once again.
Thank you for
Yeah, let's now go into the topic. I think we've heard about the Zafra. I'm sure you saw the breaking news today about 100 people that were adopted.
Yes.
And we have been talking about Zamfara adoption for quite a while now. We have been talking about adoption altogether. Now, where are we now as a country? Concerning insecurity. Where do you think we are now?
Thank you for having me. Insecurity in Nigeria is too much. Since inception of this administration since 2015, we have already cried when the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, was there that insecurity everywhere. Now we can see that adoption is the business of the day, from the north to the west to the east, everywhere, south. Every day you hear one news of adoption or the other, adopting students, adopting travelers. You understand? The insecurity is now worsened more than this day. So what I should suggest that government should do, the security architecture of this nation is not balanced.
Now talking about students, this NYSC, they're trying to get people to serve and students to serve. Some people that have even graduated for a very long time now that have not served. So they were supposed to go this week. I think some of them have even gone. And you can imagine that these people in charge kept some people in the north as far as Borno, as far as Yobe, as far as Adamawa. And we all know that this side, this place, it's where these bandits attack, this Boko Haram attack happen consistently. Now, one of my friends like this, he said somebody in his class that was going to, it's just Kwara here. They were adopted now. They were kidnapped for about some days before they released them. I saw a picture of one of the girls there beaten to stupor, and you can see mark and everything on her face. And you know that this particular place is a no-go area, and you are still putting people there. Now let's talking about this insecurity. Niger State they have said that they are going to close all public secondary schools till March 26. You heard about the Kagara adoption that we talked about. So they just released those students now. So how effective do you think this closure of all these public schools? What do you think it is going to bring about?
Thank you. We can't be the government can't be closing schools forever. One day they must have open school. So what they should do, they should try to see a lasting solution to stop this banditry and kidnapping in the state that ravage those places, like those northeast. That's the main place all these things are happening mostly. So what they should do, Nigerian soldiers should do their work well, not arresting people here. When they see you with a laptop or all these things, police, they will arrest you. This is the time the country need them for them to tackle this insecurity.
Because what I got from the Punch newspaper was that they said it was to enable security agencies to conduct a comprehensive risk assessment of all the public secondary schools, that to check if they are. But definitely, if they are going to close it, they will not. What do you want to assess there? You can't assess anything.
You can't assess anything because the public schools, those schools are porous.
Yeah,
there is no security there. Nothing. No armed security are there. It's all those civilian security. So it's too easy for them to enter and still adopt. Even when there is the presence of the soldiers, they enter that place and adopt the students and get away. Nothing happens. So what they should do, they should restructure the security architecture of this nation. That's the thing.
Now talking about Ibori's loot, I'm sure that you've heard about Ibori's loot. 529 billion naira looted to UK.
Yeah.
Now the UK government have released the money on the condition that this money must be used to upgrade our infrastructure. Now, how do you think the government we are going to use that money to upgrade the infrastructure like the UK people say? Definitely, they are going to say yes. They are going to say we are going to do this. They talked about the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, talked about
Second
Kano,
Niger Bridge.
second Niger Bridge also. So let's see how they are going to be effective in this.
Like Abacha salute, we have been hearing Abacha salute since inception of this government, and they have been releasing money in trenches, and they have been saying that they are using it for projects. This one, this Ibori route, I think the Attorney General of the Federation, Abuja-Kano, have signed a memorandum of understanding with the UK. Then for them to repatriate that $4.2 million per euro, when you convert it, it's about 500 something billion naira, as they say. Now, Delta State government
Just one person.
Yes. Now Delta State government now saying that the money belongs to them.
Yeah, because
Ibori never stole from federal government.
Yes.
He stole from state government. Now they gave an example. He said, for instance, Joshua, the former governor of Plateau State, he said government to return the money back to Plateau State government. They say to me, this Alamesia, during his days in Bayelsa, he said federal government return the money back to Bayelsa State. He said now they should return it back to Delta State for them to use it for projects, not federal government now saying that they will use it for second Niger Bridge, completion of second Niger Bridge, Kano, Kaduna, Abuja.
My own issue here is that Delta State are asking for the money. The federal government have collected the money. Delta State had the budget. They had the 2021 budget. The federal government had 2021 budget for the nation. Yeah. And this budget, inclusive in the budget, was the second Niger Bridge, was the Lagos Ibadan Expressway. And the Delta State government also, they had their own budget. So why do they need this money to do the project that they have the money for already? If you understand what I mean, they have they have the money for the project already. They've planned out the project. They've gotten the money. So what do they need this money for? This looted money. It's not supposed to be beneficiary for Nigerians.
What they're supposed to do, because when you say you should embark on a project, they will not. So the best thing, if they can share that money to average Nigerians, even if it is,
you can't do that.
No, if I'm just saying, even if it is 1,000 to everybody, at least we'll take it as something we'll benefit from. Because when this money is being released to, like House of Representatives yesterday was saying that the actual amount is about 6 point something million pounds, not 4 point. It's according to US, this thing is 6 point. So the Nigerian president's order not to use the money for any project, that the money should return back to Delta State. Since the money looted from the state, since they have their own budget, federal government have their own budget, they can only keep the money and they use it for another thing.
A much better thing.
Yes.
Now, still talking about a much better thing, the NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress, have threatened the federal government, saying that they are going to shut down economy if the demands of the minimum wage is not met. Now, we have been talking about the minimum wage. We have the likes of Dubai collecting 300,000 naira minimum wage. We have the likes of New Zealand 1.4 million naira minimum wage. That's converting it to naira. And we're having Nigeria, in suppose giant of Africa, collecting 30,000 naira. In fact, when I was doing my program this morning, outside the Vox Pop, I was talking to people and somebody was saying, have you gone to South Africa? Have you seen the way they operate in South Africa? No average South African that works will tell you that their minimum wage is not okay for them.
Yeah.
You cannot see, it's because of the lack of financial capabilities of Nigerians that allow people to say, okay, see prospects in going out of the country. If your country is really good, nobody wants to go out. Oh, what are we looking for? We've gotten everything here. But because of there's nothing in the country. Now, so these people have come out now, the Labour Congress, and they have started their protests. So, how realistic do you think this protest is going to be?
What I'm trying to say there, or I should advise, is that we don't have labor. I'm sorry to say it, because the way Nigerian Labour Congress are operating, we don't have labor. They are there for their own selfish interest. Tomorrow, if they lobby them, they will forget the agitation. They will now forget that they are fighting for this poor civil servant. Now, take for instance, as you said in Dubai, about 300,000 naira minimum wage when you convert to Nigerian currency. and Nigeria here, we are still struggling for 30,000. And not all states that are paying this minimum wage of 30,000. Now, one bag of rice is about 30,000.
30,000. Same thing.
House rent increasing on daily basis. A delivery of beans from now 350 to 400. Now we are still receiving minimum wage of 30,000.
You know, it's so hard that if you look at the likes of the US, the UK, you know, during the time of the COVID-19, there was a stimulus package for every citizen that paid their tax. And they gave them about $1,400 just for them to know whole body. You understand? And we started complaining. They started complaining about 5,000 naira. They said they are going to give people 5,000 naira. People that don't have money in their account. We waited for 5,000 naira. It did not come. People were suffering, and that was the time we had this this group. I think 1 million boys or what. So that's the time, because it's not really their fault, because everybody were trying to do for
hungry.
Everybody were hungry, and when as an hungry person, you start devising means for you to get something. You start looking to nobody really wants to steal. It's just that they don't have. That's the way me I've always planned it before. I've always planned it. It's not as if I have money, if I'm comfortable, I will not look at your side. I will go on my own. You understand? So I feel, in fact, that 30,000 naira is too small. In fact, if they increase it to 50,000 naira, it's still too small. Judging by these our National Assembly leaders that are taking. We have in Nigeria has the highest income earners than in National Assembly. Even say the UK, the big guns, they don't have up to that. What's really our problem in Nigeria? Is it a Nigerian issue or an African issue too?
This one is a Nigerian issue, not an African issue, because when you come in terms of Africa and minimum wage, I think Ghana received more than Nigeria, about 46,000 naira Nigerian currency. That's what they receive. They convert it to naira, 46,000. Now,
and things are not that expensive.
Things are not that expensive in Ghana. You can see them enjoying the electricity. Here, no electricity. You see high tariff bill, paid, no light, nothing. Now, the issue of minimum wage in Nigeria, if they should pay average civil servant in Nigeria is 100,000 naira.
It's not too much.
It's not much.
Not too much
compared with what all these so-called National Assembly members are taking. The senator, some of them, I'm sorry to say, some of them don't know anything. Their take-home and salary is about 36 million per month. House of Reps, you see them 29 million. Then, now, you will now see somebody that is working. Level A, step 2. How much is their salary? It's not up to 100,000. Then how can you now make it? You still in the office. When 3 people work in the office, you now tell them that 10 people work, because you divide the way for you to make money dubiously. So that's why you saw this as a looting fund, because when you now see it, you can't be an accountant in the office and their salary is not up to 50,000, and they have been seeing millions writing it. You have to 5 figures to make sure that you take something out of it. So for them to tackle anything called corruption in our public service, they should increase this money, at least make it minimum 100,000. Even if you started work with us level 01, you go home with that 100,000. It's not too big. At least you can be able to manage a room and parlor, self-content with your family, pay school fees for them, eat, and they solve YouTube problem. We know that the money is not all that much, but at least you can be able to make things out of it.
Now let's leave the minimum wage and let's go back to bandits and terrorists. Now the NSA, the security agency, has said our consistent dialogue with bandits, it paints the government, paints them weak and incapable. I have heard this so many times because, you had the story of the OPC group that arrested Wakili. Now they now arrested the security operative, which is an OPC, the 3 OPC members, and detained them and freed Wakili. That means it's glaring for everybody to see that they don't even care about what is even happening in the country.
Yes, that's what we are saying. When a leader is corrupt, people under him are corrupt. When you come in terms of this thing, it's for you to know if Nigeria really want to fight this terrorism or this banditry. Make a Yoruba man or an Igbo man chief of army staff, and now see whether you see all this nonsense happening in the north. You understand? You see the Fulani warlord, they arrested him inside the forest. They arrested him and handed over to security, the appropriate authorities for them to investigate him. But at the end of the day, people that arrested him now turned to suspect. Then suspect now turned to complainer. You know, it's appalling. It's only Nigeria you see this kind of thing. You won't see it outside Nigeria here. Let's treat a criminal as a criminal. You understand? No matter the tribe or your religion, if you offended A, they should be punished accordingly because you offended someone.
So what's the latest update on Wakili now? What he has been freed already.
Yeah.
So he's now a free man.
A free man.
Someone that has killed people.
People, yeah.
He's now a free man.
Moving freely.
Okay, that's
Move freely. You know, your state there is not even his state. Now, what are you not trying to portray? Then the lives of these people that arrested him is in danger.
in danger.
Anything can happen. So if something happened now, he will deny that he's not the one. Because he will make some plans to get rid of those people that arrested him.
Someone who was even speaking to me and said they took Wakili from Oyo, they took him to Abuja, and they released him in Abuja. Definitely, he might be staying in that Abuja now.
Yes.
And he will start another form of rebel in Abuja.
In Abuja.
So that means people said the capital city is not even safe.
Nowhere
is safe.
Nowhere is safe in this country. It's only God that is guiding us, protecting all these things you are seeing. From Abuja, everywhere is security. Army is not doing anything. Police is not doing anything. Navy and Air Force are not doing anything. All the security agencies, even military and paramilitary, they have failed. Also, what we should do that we should focus our eyes to only God. He's the only one who can help us from this situation. Because when you see the rate of insecurity now, it's alarming. You can't see it. Even in African countries here, when the thing was getting worse in Chad here, you see their president move.
Yes.
He made a bold step and lead the operation
he followed them now.
Yes, to that Sambisa forest, and he dealt with them. They all ran away. When Shakira was not telling the man that they are not there for them, they are for Nigerians, and they came here and started messing everywhere up. Tomorrow we will change servitude. It's never the problem of this nation. Changing of servitude is not the problem of this nation. The problem
Actually,
of this,
they changed it and nothing else.
the problem of this nation because we are not sincere to ourselves as a country. If you are sincere to ourselves and tell ourselves the truth, this thing that is happening, we can't be able to handle this. I think we should meet other nearby countries for them to come in and assist us to tackle this insecurity. We can't handle it. That's the problem of it, but we cannot say that we can't handle it. We'll be claiming, like I had the new chief of army staff say in a couple of weeks that he will flush out banditry and all this Boko Haram. I say, Brutai, former chief of army staff, made the same comment, and he stayed for 6 years, nothing to show.
And now it's the same Brutai now said that this
20 years,
it might be there for 20 years.
Then I was telling someone, I say, if Nigeria is a country that is working, because it's a failed nation already, if it's a country that is working, that comment Brutai made, they will get him arrested and prosecute him. For him to say that, now you knew that Boko Haram will last for more 20 years. That means you know the plan. It's like a Sheikh Gumi.
Yes.
What I was saying, but thank God, I think 2 or 3 days ago, the new chief of army staff, that Tahir, cautioned him that you should not bring problem to this nation. That any attempt again that they will deal with him. You don't talk with telling Nigerians that there will be no peace in this nation until they give banditry, criminal amnesty. That Nigeria will not have peace. So who asked you to go and negotiate with criminals for the first place? You go to the forest, you sit down, criminal will come, you sit down. That means you know them.
Yes.
If Nigeria is a country that is working, that Sheikh Gumi is supposed to be in prison by now. In fact, Falana said it. You are aiding them because you know them. I can't go and discuss with bandits in the forest because I don't know them. I'm not one of them. But you know them, you discuss with them. When they pay money, you give
You
them.
give them for you to even go there.
Go there.
That means you people you have a correlating relationship now.
That's the country we find ourselves.
No, now, rounding up, let's just quickly dive into this emo crisis. Osibanjo, Vice President, has gone to see Okorocha to have one or two words with him. How do you think all these things are going to plan out now?
Now you know that that Imo APC, they have been having crisis because you know that when you come in terms of APC in Southeast, Rotos Okorocha was the pioneer of APC in Southeast because other ones, somebody like a Chris Ngi, they know they are minority, all this because he was the sitting governor there. Joined from Abga, he joined APC. Now, and he funded APC, not even joining, he funded APC. I'm from Imo State. You know, when this man now came on board, this governor, President Governor Hokus Adenu, you don't bite the finger that fed you. No matter anything, Okorocha tried for Imo rights. You know, since inception of Imo State, after let former governor of Imo State, Simon Nakambako, Okorocha is the next governor that did something that people see. You don't just come in and start destroying structures that are former this thing build. You destroy them that you do without doing anything, owing salaries. Now, let's come to it. Yesterday, two of them were Shubanja and the Okorocha men because they knew that Okorocha, if it is in APC, it has that weight and capacity. The money is there, the power is there, and the connection is there. Hope, you are just a former senator, just 7 years in PDP, just 9 minutes, you now run to APC. So you don't just come and start bringing a problem, causing chaos in the state. Okorocha is one of the founding fathers of APC. It's like Bola Tinubu here. When you come in Southeast, I think Okorocha is number one. Then when you go to South, you see Rotomi and H. These people formed this thing and they funded the party with their money without even turning this. All these ones are just entering yesterday. Now, Okorocha, you said that Okorocha built a university, that Eastern Royal University at Oboko in his village, there where he came from Idato South.
And it's claiming that it's for
and the people and the governor is claiming that it's for state. And we now said that state can never have two private universities.
Yes. Even two state universities.
Two state universities.
Yes.
Now, the name from AUC is not Imo State government.
Yes.
It bears Royal Eastern University, Oboko. Who is the owner? You don't know who's the owner. Someone may come and do invest in a state and do it like this hotel, that Palm Royal Hotel and the apartment now. That is the state government see that created this crisis now more and more. Now, Okorocha is now saying that it's not the owner and the wife is not the owner. That place, somebody, a national, came outside Nigeria and invested in the state. He brought the investor that invested, one of the former presidents from Liberia owns that place. He said the documents are there that show that it's not the owner of the place. And he said that the day when this thing happened, someone called him that police have took over the hotel and the apartment. And when they called him on phone, they see what is happening. That day being Sunday, he said he opened his phone and called the commissioner of police in the state. I said, sir, did you post policemen to so place? He said, no, he's not aware. He said he called the deputy commissioner of police operations. The same answer was given to him. He said he called the state director of state security of DSS. The same answer was given to him. He said he called the deputy commissioner in charge of state CID. The same answer was given to him. Then he now said, okay, let me go and see things by myself. He said he was with his two in-laws, Uche and the one that married the second daughter. He's a medical doctor. The father was a former vice chancellor of State University and former minister of education during Buhari's first term. Anthony Anka, the son, is a medical doctor in the US. Say he was with the two in-laws, so with some of his aid, they drove to the place. They went to the place, was sealed up. Before you know, all those touts and all those policemen, they started beating him, pushing him, firing on. Yes. say firing him. So all those things, they now detained him, took him to Imo State Police Command, which he was released by 11 p.m. that the same night, that Sunday. Then all his aides, about 14 of them was detained. So they asked him to go. He said he's not going again. That they should detain him here. From here to court, they should take him to court. So after much pressure, begging him, he left. Then 14 of his aides was detained. They fled, they took them to court. Before you know, they granted them bail. Was available offense. Now, Mr. Vice President knew that if Rocha should leave APC, there would be no trace to APC in Southeast because he's the person that brought this hope to power. Even when you watch the day they are giving that Supreme Court judgment that morning, he asked his son-in-law, Uchewosu, to withdraw the suit in Supreme Court. That is the same morning. Uchewosu took second, then Senator Ifeanyi Ararume took third. But two of them, Okorocha with Ararume, they discussed. They asked them to withdraw the suit to pave way for hope. If the in-law said that I will not withdraw, and the CHO is not the person that win the election, I think they will give it the second person. Because why they give it to who? Because the second position and third position withdraw their.
It was even the fourth.
Yeah, the fourth. They withdrew their this thing now from Supreme Court that morning. That's when they now adjourned the ruling in the afternoon again. Because those people apply to withdraw the case that they are no more interested. They are not supporting the fourth responding. So that's the thing. Okorocha fought for him and they swear him in. When he now came in, I'm not saying that if Okorocha did something or they should not probe him, they should go in and probe him. Like I heard what the lawyer said, that you can't report a matter and be a judge in a matter you reported. Yes. What you should do, you give him fair hearing, set committee of inquiry to look into all these things. People that are holding government properties, you invite him, let him come and say one or two things. You understand? As an executive governor of the state for it, I think there are records that show that the whole allocation that entered the state, what he spent, what remained, you understand, before he handled everything he did. The records are there. He will speak and tell you. If you are not convinced with it, you can take a legal action, not by forcefully want to do humiliating, doing, seizing all properties, anything you see, after all, he's made before he came as the governor of Imo State. So that's it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Ike, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching our program. This is Top Talk on OPC TV, Unjust Communication. I am Alagbe Kayode. Bye-bye.